Coming right up first is Cody!
Hey everybody, I'm Cody. I'm 33, and I'm starting to wonder what I'm going to look like in adult. I don't know what I thought of my 30s. I didn't think I'd look like a JoJo, but I thought I would still look like a background character on anything academia, you know? I think I'm missing the muscles. That'll probably help a little bit. I had kind of a health crisis the other week when I realized I didn't have the upper body strength to play Street Fighter. Because it uses a full-size controller, and you gotta hit those buttons really fast, and I get tired. I don't know, I play online, it's really hard. I suspect a lot of these people I'm playing online are cheating. And by cheating, I mean I think they're all sober. I don't know. I don't know how many street fights you've seen, but how many street fights are between sober people? 0%, right? I don't care if you can't throw a fireball, no one's letting Ryu drive home, okay? I have a commitment to the craft. I get really mad online competitive games, and there's just all this rage online and this toxicity, and growing up on Xbox Live and stuff, people are always spewing this racist and homophobic crap and whatnot. And I'm not gonna do that obviously, but I definitely have inner rage as of a couple of Novembers ago. So I find that as soon as anything goes wrong in my game, the person I'm playing against is automatically a Trump voter. I'm just like, fuck. Halfway through, I'm just spouting liberal statistics from Twitter that day that makes me mad. I'm just like, domestic violence amongst cops is a lot higher than normal people, and no one's talking about it. At the end of the night, I'm just like, local elections, button mash. I looked up the story of Street Fighter. Don't do that. Nothing there. My favorite character is Chun-Li, and she's a cop. So automatically this undercuts my liberal rage already, right? She's just brutally assaulting unarmed people within 3 seconds of meeting them. Literally there's a countdown, it's 3 seconds. It's not every situation requires lightning legs, Chun, Once in a while, reach for those de-escalation of force legs. Do your job. Let's see. I'm pale, I grew up on video games, I'm currently on Team Inside. Anyone else on Team Inside in here? Woo! I don't know, I don't do well outside. I don't do well in the elements. I can't be exposed to the elements, right? Any of them. Earth, wind, fire, heart, none of the elements. All of the Pokemon types are super effective against me. Except pillow or shower. I don't know the new ones. They seem kind of nice. I don't know. It's 2018. I don't know why we still have it outside. Everything's worse out there. The food is terrible, the service is terrible, animals are awful outside. I don't know if you guys know this. The inside animals are great. They have manners, they have names. Outside animals are monsters. They fight to the death out there. If you get in a fight with an animal outside, one of you is likely to die. That's pretty extreme. My cats fight all the time, they don't fight to the death. No one ends up in the shadow realm, Jesus. My God. The indoor activities. Me and my wife are big TV nerds. We just recently celebrated, we had a 10-year wedding anniversary, which is pretty cool. Getting married in the 4th grade is fucking crazy, guys. No, we're both 33. We're really into TV. She actually worked for TiVo for 4 years. Which was a cool company, but she had to quit in February after CES because that commute is just terrible, right? We both live in downtown San Jose, and she goes way up in North San Jose, and so every morning she had to wake up and get in a time machine and go back to 2006. That's just hard on our family. They say it's the golden age of TV. I don't know, we're really mostly into sci-fi and fantasy stuff, but basically anything is kind of a sci-fi or fantasy show at this point, because the TV has to be smart enough to have some sort of cool question or just change of reality to it to make it interesting enough to watch, right? One of our favorite shows is Game of Thrones, right? Classic fantasy show. Right, Game of Thrones, the central question behind Game of Thrones is what would happen if white people who rule nations were held accountable for their actions? You can do a lot with that premise, and they do. So anyway, I went through all of my favorite TV shows and I found the central premise. So I'm going to do all the regular shows and then I do all my anime shows after that. So what I found, where were we? Stranger Things asked the question, what if Dungeons & Dragons was compelling to one woman? Big Bang Theory asked the question, what if Dungeons & Dragons was compelling to 3 women? Antiques Roadshow asked the question, how much is my grandmother's racism worth? Like an exact dollar amount. I'd like to know. Mad Men asked the question, what if Dad was sexy? I don't know what that one's right. Brooklyn Nine-Nine asked the question, what if cops could be Democrats? Westworld asked the question, when is Red Dead Redemption 2 coming out? God damn it! It's been 8 years, Rockstar, Jesus. This Is Us asked the question, what if that was us? Anime. Agretsko asked the question, what if yoga actually works? My Hero Academia asked the question, what if a single parent could afford private schooling? Yu-Gi-Oh! Asked the question, what if my grandfather had any idea what my hobbies were, and he was really good at them? A side note on that, my grandpa played euchre, so all of his decks were pathetic because they only had 30 cards in them. Not even a full deck. Kill la Kill asked the question, what if Project Runway was Dark Souls? One Punch Man asked the question, what if all the buttons on your controller were broken except one and you won anyway? Pop Team Epic asked the question, Marilyn Monroe? Pop Team Epic asked the question, Marilyn Monroe? You gotta do that one twice, right? That's how that show works. Let's see. Sorry. I don't know, I'm a nerd in my 30s. I feel like in my 20s, it was a nerd optimism, right? Like, we got really excited about Wikipedia. We thought it was going to change the world. It's an encyclopedia that you can edit slightly faster than a real encyclopedia, right? We were like, the end of ignorance, the day is upon us. In my 30s, I just feel shame whenever I don't know something. If I had to learn something, I've just failed. Right? Like 2 years ago, I was 31, and I learned what a persimmon was for the first time. And I was like emotionally upset. I was like, I thought I knew all the fruit. Come on. I started to blame other people for this. I was like, come on, Raffy, where were you on this one? So much time spent on apples and bananas, man. That song is 55 beats per minute. You had time to explore the space. So the first time I had Korean food, I didn't look like an asshole. Later, he's trying to teach me about the phone, the fucking banana comes back. It's like, move on, dude. He had one job and was educating all the world's children. Not a morning person. The first time I had a chance to watch anime, was at like 3 in the morning on Cartoon Network. And also, I mean, yeah, it was back in the day, right? And like esports, it's a brutal Korean schedule before Twitch, right? It's up all the time. As an adult though, I'm just labeled as not a morning person, right? And the more other adults I meet who are morning people, the more I realize this is a fake concept. This was made up by lazy people to explain our bad behavior, right? Because every conversation is like, oh, what'd you do this weekend? Oh, I volunteered? It's like, wow, you're such a morning person. Or it's like, oh, what do you exercise regularly? You're such a morning person. Call my mom, time zone, it's a morning person. See, the thing is, what they're doing in the morning is not the same as what I'm doing at night when they're asleep. Right? No morning person wakes up at 6 a.m. and is like, all right, time to smoke a bunch of weed and play Zelda for 3 hours. Start the day. Similarly, like, I don't have an alarm that goes off at midnight and it's like, oh crap, I gotta eat fiber and wash my face. We have a term for people who aren't morning people. I'm not a morning person, I'm a night owl. Right? They don't even see us as people. And I thought all owls were night owls. I thought owls whole fucking deal, right? And I looked it up and there is one day owl. And it's the burrowing owl. But the owl just runs around on the ground, right? So in the owl world, it's flipped. Their day owls are their lazy, shitty ones that are just looking around at trees like, oh man, I can't fly up there. Night owl. see. Okay, this might be the last thing. I went to the spa for the first time as part of my remedial husbandry program. And I was getting a manicure, and I texted my friend. I said, haha, I'm getting a manicure. And my iPhone corrected it to, haha, I'm getting a manticore. And I was like, hold on, iPhone. Can you really own a manticore with its 19 intelligence and resistance to fire? Also, where am I in my man-child life? And my phone was like, oh, Cody's GPS puts him at a spot. He is texting a woman. 60-40, you talking about manticores again. That being said, I have one more thing to say about manticores. Okay, mythological beasts, right? They're different components of different animals, and it all kind of makes sense to be a big scary monster, right? Like a chimera is like a lion, and like a snake, and the other one, eagle, right? Those all have like utility, right? A manticore is what? It's a lion crossed with a scorpion crossed with a bat, but with the face of a man. And why does it have a man face? Is it gonna talk down to Hercules? Is it a manticore splain to him? Well, actually, should be using a frost attack right now.